O'Neill Outside Radio is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Zach Brown Southern Grind Knives. Only the best make the cut. The Whitetail Institute of North America, the gold standard for food plots. Tough Shed, great storage sheds and custom buildings. Works, power and garden tools. Fisher's Choice, the ideal solution to live bait. True Turn Hooks, hook more fish. Roadrunner Lures, outfishing ordinary lures since 1959. Crocodile Bay Lodge, Costa Rica's best fishing and resort destination. And by O'Neill's new Real Gun and Marine Oils, naturally the best. From Black Powder headquarters and the Bojangled studio at Three Falls Cabin in the North Georgia mountains, it's time for O'Neill Outside. For anything in the outdoors, this is your source. Listen in and call the show with your comments or questions. And now, here's O'Neill.
Well, from the Black Powder headquarters, Bojangled studio, you've heard all that. This is O'Neill Outside. Welcome to the program. We've got 2 hours of outdoors headed your way. No political discussions, no political opinions, except some of the things that apply to us, maybe, if you want to talk about that. But we have a lot of things to do over the next 2 hours, and I hope that you will join us. You can listen to O'Neill Outside Saturday mornings, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern on WSB, as it covers 38 states east of the Mississippi River, and SB, the sports broadcast in 82 markets all the way from Maine to Seattle to L.A. to Miami, and we hope you'll join us this morning. Sometime in the next 2 hours, we'll have the radio package prize question. We'll have the Medal of Honor tribute, the Southern Grind questions and answers, so we can get us a knife winner. The Alaskan Adventure, it's filling up, and you need to make reservations. We're going to talk about that. And from Realtree, how to improve your accuracy. Kind of interesting, huh? Plus, you can watch O'Neill Outside at Facebook at O'Neill Outside live this morning and throughout the week. So the telephone numbers are 404-872-0750 in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and outside of there and across the world at 800 Yes, 972-8255. That's WSB Talk, T-A-L-K. So join us if you will. We're going to do talk about outdoors. It very seldom happens during the week because we're swamped with so much incidental stuff about politics and finance and our jobs and our families and all that's wonderful. Now we can kind of set that aside for a little while, and we can talk about outdoors and fishing and hunting and camping and hiking and how for you to make the best of it. And we'll give away some stuff at the same time. This is O'Neill, 404-872-0750 or 800-972-8255 for O'Neill Outside. Saturday mornings right here, all set for you. We'll be back. 12 after the hour, you're listening to O'Neill Outside, and one of the features in the program every single week, I direct to O'Neill Outside Facebook page, of the O'Neill Outside website. And right there on the home page, you will see the Zach Brown guest book. And if you make a comment, leave a question, something of that nature, an observation about the radio show, the television show, whatever the case might be, then if we read and pick your contribution as a winner on the radio program, which we're about to do, we'll send you a Southern Grind knife. Now, these knives, as I mentioned in the ad, these are collector's items. If you use them, you're going to be happy with them. They hold the edge, but they are the Premier Life knife line. Pardon me, it's the middle of the night. Premier Life. They're good knives. I'm sorry. I woke up at midnight. I've been awake since midnight. Anyway, it's time for the Southern Grind guest book. The first question that was left for this today is from Michael Earnhardt. And he says, O'Neill, I love your show and I've watched it for years. I recently watched a show you had at Reelfoot Lake in Lake County, Tennessee, and was wondering what lure or bait you had the most success. Again, thanks always for sharing your knowledge with us. Michael, thank you very much for writing. And but I hate to tell you, the fella that you saw fishing Reelfoot Lake in Lake County, Tennessee, was not O'Neill. I would guess that to be Bill Dance because he lives close by and he fishes Reelfoot Lake an awful lot. I'm sure whatever information you got from him, the time of the year, the bait, the technique, the catch, all of those things were just right. As far as I'm concerned, Bill Dance is the king of this industry. Okay, so I'm sorry I can't help you because that wasn't me. Secondly, from Lawrence Mays in Miami, Florida. As a longtime fisherman, I've been out and about a lot. Once I was fishing where the people would stop fishing in order to throw where I was. Must have been envious. And oftentimes they would cross my lines. What do you do about this? Be nice. If they weren't regular nice folks, they probably wouldn't be fishing at all. Go offering help. Go over, and I'm going to be fishing right here. Fish as close as you like, but it doesn't do any good to throw over me. Times are tough. Just be nice. If it were O'Neill, I would have to leave. Because if you're on television and radio, you get accused of almost everything. Which is evidenced by the previous caller or the previous writer who thought it was O'Neill fishing on Reelfoot Lake when it wasn't. It was Bill Dance. He's the guy with a T on the hat and the big sunglasses. Nice fella. Oh, and you can watch all of those Bill Dance shows and his bloopers on YouTube, and I would ask you to watch O'Neill Outside also on YouTube because I don't do bloopers. Bill Dance owns bloopers. I don't do bloopers. But you can watch many, like 500 of our shows are on YouTube. Go there and subscribe. And pretty soon, we're going to have a very, very special promotion whereby if you subscribe to the page, you might win a big green egg and muzzle loaders and shotguns and a whole raft of prizes, but I'm not ready to tell you about that now. Okay, one more from John Phillips in Danielsville, Georgia. He says, I'm a high school bass fishing captain that is, for Madison County High School. What, other than general fishing knowledge, should I be teaching these young anglers? I have 8 hours per tournament on the boat with these kids every time. Sure, I spend a lot of good time explaining why they should use what lure and taking out birds' nests. But I have time to teach them a wealth of other knowledge. I just want to make sure I'm spending my time with them in a quality fashion, and maybe I will teach them something they can carry on. What a great idea. And I congratulate John. He is our knife winner or awardee for this week, and we'll be sending him a Zach Brown knife. Now, to talk about his subject then, more, casting techniques, all of that stuff is wonderful. That will change as the expertise grows, the number of times that you cast, how you present the lures. That's all very important, and it will get better as these high school kids do it more often. Certainly, John, encourage them to go without you. Go more. The absolute best fishermen ever, the best turkey hunters, the best skeet shooters, the best deer hunters are the people who go all the time. They go as often as possible. I knew a fella here in Atlanta. He was a fabulous angler, okay? He won tournaments. He was great, okay? He fished Okay? He fished 150 days a year. He had 3-day weekends. He fished 150 days a year. That's why. But, may I proceed? The best thing to teach them is this fish will act this way under these conditions, under this water temperature, under this current, in this clear water or this dirty water, because the fish don't know. The fish will almost always do, if it's a bass, a largemouth, a spotted bass, a striper, a crappie, a brim, a walleye, it doesn't matter. They don't know any better. They're going to do exactly the same things under the conditions that are dictated by the rain or the sunshine or the water clarity or the current, whatever. Teach them that, because while their techniques may improve and change, those things will not. Those things will always remain the same over and over and over, year after year after year. Right now, at 18:19 after the hour, I can tell you how the bass fishing's going to be on Lake Lanier and other southern reservoirs and out to Texas. I can tell you how the fishing's going to be in 2020 on June the 8th, 2020. Why? Fish don't know any better. They're going to be doing exactly the same thing. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. Post your question, your observation, your evaluation, whatever, at o'neilloutside.com, the Southern Grind guest book. You may win a knife. You know, we give away one of these every week on the radio show, the television show. So there you are. John Phillips won this week. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. It's 20 minutes after the hour. All right, what kind of... before I get off the Zach Brown subject, today in Atlanta at the Cobb Galleria Center, the Blade Show, gigantic knife show at a gigantic place, the Cobb Galleria. O'Neill will be there from 4 to 6 p.m. I'll give away some hats, booth number 34. Be sure and join me there. For the hats, we'll talk hunting and fishing, and more than anything, knives, because Zach Brown, he's so smart. He's introducing a new line of knives called the Black Bar, a collection, a series, a collection of knives called the Black Bar, and I expect to see you at the Cobb Galleria today at 4 o'clock. I'll probably get there early. We'll be back. 25 after the hour, this is O'Neill. Woman Williams has joined us. Oh, my goodness. And you can see her at Facebook.com. I guess it'll be up there. Sure. Facebook. O'Neill Outside Facebook page. And Woman Williams. What we need to do first. I had something else to do first.
Okay. Go for it.
I don't remember what that was. Okay. Let's proceed with the radio prize package today. The telephone numbers are 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. And here's Woman Williams with the prize list and rules.
Okay.
And I'll give you the question. You can answer.
All righty. You must be 18 years old or older to win the prize package.
Okay.
And if you can win this if you haven't won one in the last year.
Okay.
Because nobody needs to be greedy. Okay. And if you answer the question correctly, you can win a Swaggerty's voucher, a Whitetail Institute DVD, a Real Tree hat and decal combo, a Data Sport Fishing Game Force forecaster, 2 cans of Fisher's Choice baits, Thunder Chicken by Captain Mark Noble, love that name,
Yeah,
Thorogood
right.
Boots hat, an Arctic Ice Freezer pack, 2 packages of Bug Band and a wristband, and a selection of True Turn tackle.
I never until we got them as a sponsor, I didn't use the Arctic Ice Pack stuff much. Boy, I do now.
Why is that?
I don't have to buy any ice. Those freezer packs, you can put it in a cooler, and it'll last all day.
Yeah.
It even lowers the temperature of the stuff you put in the cooler.
Well, that's pretty
It just
cool.
doesn't maintain it, and you don't ever have to buy any ice.
Yeah,
It's really
cool.
a good idea.
it really is.
Arctic Ice. Okay, here is the question. Very self-serving question, however.
Of course.
2020, summer of 2020, June, right? Woman Williams and several of you, we're going on a cruise. Here's your opportunity to win a prize pack and take it with you. What's the destination of that cruise? Ooh, should be easy. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. What is the general destination of that cruise? Not a city. The cruise ship will go to an area, a state. Well,
Yeah, how about a state?
State.
That
State.
works, yeah.
Okay. And we expect you to be there. As a matter of fact, we've already, if you're considering that, you need to proceed. Because I think what the lady said, she sold 5 cabins this week.
I believe so, yeah.
Five reservations this week. And we already had 7 or 8.
Something like that, yeah.
So, anyway, be sure and do that. It's 28 after the hour, and this is O'Neill Outside, the #1 live outdoor-based radio talk show in the country. Can I have? You got the radio prize package list?
I do.
I want that back. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next week we'll put Bojangles back on there. We're out.
Oh, okay.
We're out.
Well, everybody likes those.
Oh man, me too.
I mean, what's not to like?
Yeah. Let's see. I don't. Corey,
Houston
if
says she
my
likes them,
screen
too.
doesn't show any calls. Do we have any calls, Corey? Okay, I don't know. I'm really disappointed in the way this works these days because you've got calls there, but I don't see them. Let me click on something else here. Maybe it'll help. Ta-da!
You have to
Yay! It was full.
Yeah, you have to refresh every once in a while.
Well, I'm refreshing in the wrong spot, evidently.
Well, that won't work.
No, it does not work.
Dumb.
Okay,
dumb.
yeah, well,
I didn't say that.
We have
I
a
didn't
winner
say
for
that.
the radio prize package, but the rest of you, if you'd like to hold on.
You
and
didn't
chat
hear
with
what I
O'Neill,
said,
then
did you?
We can certainly do that. Pardon me?
You didn't hear what I said.
No, what did you say?
I almost said something.
What did you say?
Oh, I can't say.
Why?
I'll get dumped.
Oh. I have never, in 28 years of radio, I have never been dumped by the engineer. Woman Williams can't say that.
No.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I have? I just didn't know it.
Karen.
Evidently, I didn't know it.
Yeah. Well, when Houston used to do this, she would just dump you and not tell you.
Oh, I see. I see. I want you to know how this works. It's kind of fascinating, really. Gail, Woman Williams, and I are in North Georgia, and near Amicalola Falls. We got a little lean-to up here, and it looks like I guess you could call it a radio television studio. It's kind of
Probably.
funny. Probably. You can call it what you want.
You can call it. That's exactly right.
And this signal goes from this cabin to WSB radio. Correct me if I'm wrong, Karen. Then it goes to Karen and Brian Green in their studio in Peachtree City, Georgia. Then it is routed to the SB Nation headquarters in Houston, Texas. And then it goes to, is that right, everybody, Houston?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then it is routed to 80-something stations in the SB Nation network, and some of those stations are gigantic, like the one at WSB. So anyway, that's the way this works. That's why quite often you'll hear, even though it's just Woman Williams and O'Neill here, you hear other voices.
Yeah, Karen comes to us.
She comes over a speakerphone. Huh?
She's actually on a speakerphone. on my
So,
desk. Yeah.
It's laborsome, but nevertheless, that's how it works. Okay, let's put the question out there one more time. We have a cruise coming up. We're asking you to go to O'Neill Outside on the homepage. Go all the way to the bottom of the homepage at o'neilloutside.net, and you'll see all about the cruise, where we're going to go, what we're going to do, and how you can be a part of it. And let's chat with Brian right now, and let's ask him, Brian, where will the cruise end up, or where are we going on the cruise, sir?
Alaska.
Yay! Yes, indeed, Alaska. I hope you'll consider going. Gail and I have been on that cruise 2 times, and it is the best trip we've ever taken. Have you done that?
I have not. Maybe I'll convince my wife to take a week off of work and go up there with y'all.
I understand it. Listen, it's like being on a cruise ship at Lake Lanier. You're not out in the ocean, all right? And it is the most scenic I can imagine. And so anyway, we'll have the radio prize package out to you in a couple of weeks, and you enjoy. And I appreciate your participation in the program.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you so much for being there. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. We got time for this. We might have. Let's talk to Milton. Good morning, Milton. What do you say?
O'Neill,
Yes, sir.
Milton Crabapple.
Okay. Good.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful, Milton. How are you? How was your turkey season?
Well, it was lots of fun, but I didn't bring one home.
Well, that's all right.
I ended up shooting one, shot that rascal 3 times, and he ended up getting away.
My
Now,
goodness.
them things are tough sometimes.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But anyhow, it was lots of fun, always is.
Well, you got anybody in the jail tonight?
No, I ain't got nobody in the jail. I had one fella, but let him go because he wanted to go home and watch Jeopardy.
Okay.
You know, you said you didn't like to talk about politics, and I agree, but what about sports?
Yes, indeed. We can talk sports, sure.
Well, I've been watching baseball. I've been watching the Braves some. You reckon they're going to make it to October?
I sure hope so. It would do better for everybody if they did, especially the players and the owners.
You know, I used to play baseball. I don't know if you knew it. I was on a farm team up in Crabapple. You might have heard of us.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
It was a Crabapple farm team.
Oh, I see.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You know, we had a good baseball team. My third cousin, he was one of them. He was a left-handed pitcher, and I mean, he was something. He was one of them big, tall, lanky, sidearm slinging left-handed pitchers.
Okay.
I'm telling you, he was something too.
I'll bet.
His name was Goose Crabapple. And you know, he had one thing about him, that he had the best pickoff move to first base I ever saw in my life.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you, if they got on there and they was leading off that base, he could pick them off.
No kidding.
I remember one time this fella, now he was some kind of base stealer, now I'm telling you, and he got on first base, and Goose Crabapple had his eye cut over there at him.
Uh-huh.
And he reared back, and he slung over there, and he picked that guy off at first base. And his move was so good that he picked the guy off, and he was out, but the batter swung at the ball. Yes, sir.
Boy, he was
Telling you,
good.
he was something.
He must have been.
Yes, sir.
Goose Crabapple, huh?
I wish you could have seen him.
I wish
You know,
I
they
could have
got
too.
a little plaque to him at the Crabapple 7-Eleven
Oh, yeah? How's
on the
that?
wall. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But anyhow, well, I wanted to check in. I wish I could go with you on this cruise. You know, we went on a cruise one time, and all of us got sunburned.
Oh.
I ain't been back on one.
Oh. Well, you need to go on this one.
Well, I just wanted to touch in with you. So stop by the jail if you get a chance. We'll play some checkers.
Okay. I'll do that, too, and we'll talk fishing. It's time to
Much
talk
obliged.
fishing now. Turkey hunting's over. Well, there goes Milton. Milton just, you know what I mean? He just leaves. He gets done talking, he's gone. That's right. Goose Crabapple.
My granddaddy used to do that. When he would
what?
call you
Uh-huh.
on the phone and talk to you, and all of a sudden he's finished, he just hangs up.
Oh,
He never said goodbye or anything.
is that Earl?
Earl. Yeah.
Earl.
He's a
All right,
nice
we
guy.
got to go out of here for a break. You're listening to O'Neill Outside. Let's see, what are we doing when we're coming back? We have from Realtree, improve your accuracy when we return. Welcome back, everyone. This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside. Woman Williams is here. And there's a reminder for today, Saturday, the 8th of June. Is today the 8th? Yes. O'Neill will be, and Woman Williams will be hanging around there too. We will be at the Cobb Galleria at the Blade Show, booth number 34, the Zach Brown booth, and we'll be giving away some hats. Now, you have to earn the hat. I just don't give away hats. I ask you a question, and if you get it right, you get the hat. I'm a capitalist. Goods, and you get paid. Offer goods, you get paid. You have to earn everything. Okay. One of the very best websites that I can recommend to you, there are many, it's great communication, is the Realtree.com. There's always something in the Realtree.com website that is a reminder about this and that and the other thing. So, I noticed this week that Realtree had a set of recommendations to improve your accuracy, whether it be on the range, out of the deer stand, whatever the case might be. Improve your accuracy. Number one thing, make sure the gun is clean. You can use O'Neill's oils for that if you like. You can get them at o'neilloutside.com. Use a cleaning rod and a jag. Get that barrel sparkling, okay? Wipe out the excess oils. And, of course, if you use O'Neill Outside, the O'Neill's oils, when you go deer hunting, there's no scent. Make sure the barrel is clean and dry. Check the scope mount. Yeah, that can change everything. Excuse me, I have a story to tell you. I was in Montana at the Big Sag Ranch. Had a reasonable, I had a taker mule deer in front of me at about 180 yards. And unbeknownst to me, the scope had been knocked out of balance. Wasn't the scope's fault. Traveling, I had sighted in, but nevertheless, somehow that morning it got knocked off. I shot at that white-tailed deer 12 times, and I missed him every time. Make sure the scope mount is secure and all those screws and mounting bracket is all solid. Number 3, practice and improve your breathing. You can look up techniques on the internet about that. You've heard it before. It really does work to practice your breathing. Really true accuracy experts, they can actually slow down their heartbeat. So, if you practice, daily's not too often, practice that. Okay? That's 3. 4. Here's something that's important. Practice the follow-up shot. Practice the second shot. Okay? Do that at the range, do it in the woods, do it at wherever it is that you sight in. Fire, rack, and fire. Makes a huge difference after you've already been slammed. You're already excited. You've pulled the trigger once. Practice your accuracy on the second shot. Then lastly, work out. Be in good shape. If you're, there's a big difference in hunting in Georgia and hunting in Montana. In preparation for that Montana, those Wyoming hunts, I did, and you should have some aerobic training. If you're breathing hard and gasping for air, your accuracy goes out the window. It really does. You can look all that up at Realtree. Okay, let's talk to Mike is calling from Riverdale, Georgia. Good morning, Mike. You're on O'Neill Outside.
Hey, O'Neill.
Hey.
A a friend of mine told me about this YouTube videos that I'd be interested in. I started watching them. I've been watching them for about a year now, and the name of it is Deer Meat for Dinner. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not. Deer Meat for Dinner. No, I have not.
It's a guy by the name of Robert Arrington.
Okay.
He
I
used
think
to
I've
have
heard that name.
He had an outdoor show at one time. It was called Respect Outdoors.
Yes.
And he lives down in Jupiter, Florida. And he hunts, he fishes, he dives, he goes all over the world. People invite him on trips, and he shows it. And I mean, I learned new ways to fillet fish by watching him. And
well, we'll have to give that a shot.
Yeah, Deer Meat for Dinner.
Deer Meat for Dinner. I'll take a look at it. Do you watch O'Neill Outside on YouTube?
Yeah. But this guy is one of the greatest outdoorsmen I've ever seen.
Who is that?
Robert Arrington.
That's good. Well, good. I'll look him up. I used to. I used to air his show on some of the networks that I used to place outdoor programs, so I remember his name. Robert Arrington.
But
okay.
He's very entertaining.
Well, good. I'll take a look, and I appreciate you calling and giving us that information. I really do.
Yeah, good Christian man, too.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, enjoy the program, and thanks for taking the time to call and tell us that.
All right. Bye.
You bet. I'll see you soon, pal. Have a great weekend. Now let's talk to Mike and calling. Where are you calling from, Mike? Dallas?
East Dallas.
East Cobb?
Old East Dallas.
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Well, the other day I came home drunk from the bar, and I was telling you my story about fishing off of a boat dock, and you told me I ought to get a burlap sack and put dog food in it.
I remember. How'd that work for you? Did you give it a try?
Oh, everybody already knows that, too.
Okay. I don't know any. I got to tell you, Mike, O'Neill doesn't know anything new. I've just heard it from somebody else.
Well, there's a reason why they're calling you late at night. I hope it's not just entertainment. I know you're fishing, but okay. They know that they need to do that, and don't tell anyone. But my buddy went out there to put a trout line, and he fell in right there and busted his ribs up. He was drunk. But what I'm trying to say is, even before that happened, well, they invited me over there on the boat dock, and I was telling you they weren't catching nothing, so I was trying to get some activity going on in the area, and that's what you said. You want to put out the brush and get all the bait fish coming in that area.
Right.
But my friend took me to this guy's boat area, and they had the ice. They had it was a refrigerator of beer. And they said, yeah, go ahead and drink as much as you want. So I drank about 10 Budweisers. Well, now I see my buddy at the bar, and he's looking at me like, I went to his boat dock and drank all his beer and didn't leave no beer behind. So what can you do to, smooth things over?
Mike, I don't know. If you showed up at my dock and you drank all my beer, I'd have a question for you too.
But there wasn't nothing. It was just the beer store's far from the boat dock,
Yeah.
I understand. I hope you stayed at the dock and didn't drive the boat anywhere that day.
Or the car.
Oh yeah, the car. No kidding.
Hey, where are y'all at? Alabama?
No, we're in North Georgia.
Y'all got Uber?
No.
What's that, honey?
He wanted to know if we had Uber.
No, we're far
Well,
away from everything. We're
Well,
2
how about
hours
we're
from
in
everywhere.
Texas?
in every
We're in
direction.
Texas, and some neighbors came by, and they said that they're from Florida, but they were driving in, and they came with some beer called Yuengling.
Uh-huh.
Yingling.
Have you seen that?
Yingling.
Yingling.
Y'all are
is
drinking
YU. Heck yeah.
Absolutely. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
They said it's the oldest beer
That is correct.
in the United
Oldest beer-
States.
it's the
I don't
oldest
know.
brewery
Maybe
in the
Samuel
United
Adams
States.
got something to say, but
There you go. See, there you found out
but
something.
it don't taste better than Budweiser, does it?
Oh, yes.
No, come on.
Oh, yeah. Well,
All right. Well, what
but
state?
I
Hey,
but I've never
What state
I've never had 10 at a time, though.
well, they'll get you fat.
Yeah.
Mike, you
What
have a great
state-
weekend,
what
pal.
state are
Don't
y'all
fall off
in?
the dock.
He
Well,
wants to know
y'all
what
aren't
state.
even answering. Hey! Before you cut me off, here's my last deal.
Okay?
Okay, in Dallas, they got a dash cam video, and a lot of people have tried to say that it was a bright light, and there have been multiple sources that have said that they saw that light at that around that time of night, and there's
Okay.
a lot of people drinking in town at that time of night. But
That's
there's
true.
a dash cam video that records a phenomena around that time, and it's a bright, ultra bright light.
Yeah.
Boom, shoots off, and around that time, everyone in the neighborhood says that their lights cut off. But
Oh.
the electric company, and I don't know if they make any money off of it or what, but the electric company says a transformer did not blow out. And that's what everyone's trying to say. It was a transformer blowing out. Well,
If you ever figure out, Mike, what that was, whether it was Bigfoot driving a real bright light, whatever, be sure and call us and let us know. But, go ahead and have your 10 beers before you call. You're a lot of fun.
but you got that open carry, so even if it is an armed Bigfoot, you're ready to go, right?
You bet. See you later, your
The
pal.
Texas militia's ready to go, baby.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, my friend. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well,
The
that's
family tradition.
great. He's still on the air. I can't get rid of him.
It's that bright light.
Yeah, that's that bright light. Okay, let's see. It's almost time to get out of here. And Woman Williams wants to post us.
It's been a while since we've had.
Yeah, Woman
One of
Williams
those.
wants to post us that she has someone who has seen Bigfoot and wants to know whether I believe in him.
Yeah. Yes, I would.
You would?
Well, I know how you feel about it, but maybe someone else has seen Bigfoot.
All
But
right.
we've had a lot of sightings around here, around LJ and actually on Sassafras Mountain, and which is kind of scary. But I don't think Bigfoot bothers anybody.
No, he's sort of a gentle creature.
Yeah, I think he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Does anybody else believe in Bigfoot?
When-
I don't know.
When we return, we will have words of wisdom from Woman Williams, and maybe she could weave into that something about Bigfoot. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. 57 after the hour, and it's time for Woman Williams and her words of wisdom. And there's the intro right there. Woman Williams and her words of wisdom. I don't think you can hear this on the SB Nation, but you sure can on WSB. It doesn't matter one way or the other.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's okay.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not.
So, with that in mind, then, and this is brought to you by Hayes Auto Dealerships. How about that?
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, this has nothing to do with Bigfoot.
Okay.
Sorry. Being defeated is often a temporary condition. Giving up is what makes it permanent.
Oh, nice.
I know. You definitely believe in that.
I do indeed.
Okay. And if you don't get bitter, you've got a better chance of getting better.
What's the book that you get all these things
Well,
out of?
it's a multitude of books.
Oh.
In fact, I found one when we were cleaning out the garage the other day. It's a tub about huge, and it's just full of
You do
words
that
of
first
wisdom.
one again. I like that
I
one.
like that one. Being defeated is often a temporary condition. Giving up is what makes it permanent.
Oh.
Never,
I
never,
like that.
never,
ever give up.
Give
Okay,
up. That's
I've
right.
got less than a minute. Why don't you tell us about Bigfoot?
What do you want to know?
Do you believe in him?
I'm skeptical. I think there's something out there. I just don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a bear up on his all fours. There's just been a lot of pictures that have been made of him, if you don't look into it. I don't know. I don't think he would. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone saying he actually came after them. I could be wrong. But I don't see why there couldn't be something that lives in the forest and,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, Dave from Dallas probably saw one on the dock.
Yeah, they probably drank beer together.
That Bigfoot
Budweiser.
can pound them down. Well, no, there wasn't any beer left. Mike drank it all. Well, something like that. Okay, we got to get out of here. There's another hour of outdoors headed your way. Why don't you give us a call? 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. We will return. We will have the Ram Fishing Report, the Medal of Honor, and a bunch of stuff. Stay right there.
From Black Powder Headquarters and the Bojangles Studio at Three Falls Cabin in the North Georgia Mountains, it's time for O'Neill Outside. For anything in the outdoors, this is your source. Listen in and call the show with your comments or questions. And now, here's O'Neill.
Welcome, everyone, from Three Falls Cabin in the Bojangles Studio. This is O'Neill Outside every Saturday morning, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. on the SB Nation and WSB and on Facebook. And we invite your participation in the program. We'll have the Medal of Honor tribute, the Ram Fishing Report, and so many other things to talk about. No politics. Haven't you had enough of that over the last 5 days? I certainly hope that you have. Set it aside. It'll be there Monday when you get back. So, we have a lot of things to do. The telephone numbers are, if you'd like to join us on the program, 404-872-0750 in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and 800-972-8255 all over the world. Woman Williams is here this morning and kind of keeping me in line and making me... She's distracting me is what she's doing. But she is handling Facebook, so you can see O'Neill Outside radio program live on Facebook at O'Neill Outside. Check out our o'neilloutside.net website. There, at the end of that home page, you will see our Alaskan adventure trip coming up next year. Please proceed in thinking about this so that you can come along with us. We have 30 cabins. I might be able to get 50, but we have 30, and it's filling up fast. And this is not a profit enterprise for O'Neill and Gail. It's just a trip, and we're inviting you to come along. That trip to Alaska is the #1 trip I've ever taken, that's for sure. So, that, and check out o'neilloutside.com for the Southern Grind guest book. And O'Neill today will be at booth number 34 at the Cobb Galleria Center at the Southern Grind knife booth. We'll give away some hats, and we will take a look at the new Zach Brown Southern Grind collection called the Black Bar. These are collector knives. At Black, they're called the Black Bar, and I can't wait to see them. I haven't seen one yet, but maybe I can sneak one out of there. What do you think? Okay, 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. We should have the Ram Fishing Report when we get back. Welcome back, everyone. This is O'Neill with Woman Williams and the full crew for O'Neill Outside. We've got a lot of calls. We want to get to every one of them. Here's one that very well may be very interesting. Sal is calling from South Philly. Good morning, Sal. You're on O'Neill Outside.
It's Sal from South Philly.
Yes, indeed. If you, what shall we discuss this morning, Sal?
Well, earlier y'all were saying y'all aren't making any profit, or y'all are not for profit. Are y'all paying any taxes?
Oh, no, we have to make some money on the Alaska cruise. That's not a profit generator for us. We just would like to have friends come along with us, that's all.
Well, the other week I knew that y'all had some kind of gift deal going on where if you were listening to the show for 3 weeks, maybe you knew some obscure reference, but if y'all are going hunting, if you want to invite Sal from South Philadelphia, I would like to go. But over here in the Northeast, maybe Woman Williams would know about it. What do you think distinguishes Sasquatch and the Bigfoot?
I think it's the same guy. Sasquatch and
That's my
Bigfoot's the same
understanding.
guy.
Yeah, same thing.
He roams the woods all over the world and is rarely ever seen. Have you ever seen Bigfoot, Sal?
Well, I might have seen a Sasquatch.
Okay. Where did you see him?
Well, have you seen the Toronto Raptors basketball team?
Oh, okay. Is he one of those guys?
No, but he had tryouts.
Oh, he did?
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry he didn't make the team.
No, but everyone's joking around. But okay, now look all your radio listeners in the eye.
Okay.
Now, people have said they've seen lights, they've seen Bigfoot. I don't know, maybe you've had sleep paralysis. I don't know. But everyone's saying that there's something out there other. But
There's
you're
something
trying
out
to
there,
joke
all right.
and be funny and act like, no, you're trying to discount everyone's account of what they've seen. So how do you explain what everyone's seen?
Well, it's like David who called from Dallas in the earlier hour. He went to somebody's dock and he cleaned out their beer refrigerator. So I think that has part. When we get out, before the show ends today, and thanks for calling, Sal, before the show ends today, I'm going to give everybody my opinion about this. But first of all, let's go to Paul. He's calling on O'Neill Outside. He's calling from Minnesota. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, O'Neill.
And I think last Saturday was the last day of turkey season, wasn't it?
Well, it was a week ago, but I wasn't able to check in last week.
Okay.
And I needed to report that, unfortunately, this year I did not harvest a turkey. And when I got to the turkey woods, between 5 and 5:30 a.m., I heard 3 or 4 toms gobbling and a half a dozen hens clucking. And after about half hour, I think they got to business. The woods went quiet, and I left about 6 hours later.
Oh, well, you did stick around, so you did exercise some patience. Well, that means next season will be a high point for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope to harvest next year.
That's right. I love your attitude about it, Paul. I really do.
Well, my next adventure is going to be. You were talking fishing. I'll be in a week. I'll be up at Voyageurs National Park, along the Canadian border, floating on a houseboat, trying to catch some walleye.
Oh man, that's the best table fish out of fresh water. Absolutely, the walleye is tremendous. I love catching walleye.
Pretty tasty. I hope not to run into Sasquatch up in the middle of the woods, though.
I think that's probably what he does. He's a good walleye fisherman.
He probably is.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, stay in touch, pal. I always enjoy your calls.
We'll call in a few weeks.
You bet. I hope so. There we go. Let's let's jump in here and talk to Mac. He's got the Ram fishing report, and here's Captain Mac Farr. Good morning, Mac.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend.
You betcha they are, and it's raining, and it's changed the fishing, hasn't it?
It has, but fishing's been good. we're just getting really good reports from, of course, Lanier's fishing really well, but I'm hearing the same from guys all over the Southeast for all species. Fishing's really been good.
Good.
And
I'm
I
glad.
think today, if you can dodge a few thunder showers, Lanier, the bite's been great. A lot of different patterns going on. Mostly live bait on the downline. Been very, very good. There's good umbrella bite. If you're out early enough, like now, if you know where there's a green light that's pretty deep, go pull up to it. There's a lot of fish, and you might not see them with your eyes like you will in spring. They're deeper, but that's been a good, really solid pattern.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you catch some good numbers before sun up. So today should be a good day to fish. Like I said, you might have to dodge a little rain, but with this weather pushing in on us, and yesterday was great, so no reason to think they won't bite today. Just be careful. See a thunder
That's
shower
right.
coming.
Well,
Go back
that's
to
why
the
they
rain.
make rain suits.
Put your rain suit on and go. You
That's
see a big
right.
thunder shower coming, just go back to the marina, drink a Coke, eat
That's
pack
right.
crackers, go back out there.
Get up
No
under
big
a
deal.
bridge somewhere and
Look
relax.
for Sasquatch while you wait for the rain to go
Look,
away.
yeah, look for Sasquatch.
And you never know. You may get lucky and see.
You know, he might be one of those guys on the lake at night. You never can tell.
I think I'll call a glimpse of him. He's hard to see, man. He's
He's a big
sneaky.
fella, isn't
He's
he?
stealth. For as big as he is, that's what impresses me. The stealth that comes with
All
something.
right,
that
you're the
big, that
greatest,
strong.
man. Okay, and how do people find out about and go fishing with Mac?
They can find us online at CaptainMax.com, CaptMacks, and we'd love to have you and talk fishing and check out. You can get an expanded version of the Hayes Fishing Report on that same site.
Good deal. You do a great job on that site, by the way.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Mac. Woman Williams wants to ask a question. Go ahead.
Okay.
Mac,
Yes, ma'am.
have you seen Bigfoot on Lake Lanier?
I think, but I can't confirm it. It was at night. I was tired.
Yeah.
I was out there throwing a bomber a couple times, and I thought I caught a glimpse of him running across the sandbar, but I can't say for sure. But I think so.
And you're going to stick with that, right?
That is my story. Yes, ma'am.
Don't you contradict now. You stick with that, okay?
I will not waver.
Okay, I'll see you,
Good
pal.
for you. Bye.
Okay, now I've got a couple of calls from about Alaska, but I need to get to Brian first. You guys about Alaska, you hold on, okay? Right now, let's talk to Brian, and he's talking about DeKalb County fishing. Good morning, Brian. You're on the air.
Hey, O'Neill, how are you this morning?
Good,
Hey,
good.
I'm just driving through the cab, going back towards Douglasville. But anyway, we went out to West Point last week, and we put the hammer to them. So we caught about 50 stripers and hybrids.
Wow.
And, man, we loaded up. So a friend of mine that I fished with, he knows you back in the day, Mike Bradford.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, very good fisherman. Yeah, he's a king when it comes to stripers. So,
oh, boy.
The sad part about all this is back in April, we went down to West Point, and we were fishing for the trophy-sized stripers. And we hooked into quite a few of them, and got some of them in, some 20, 30-pounders, lost some really big ones. But the sad part about it is the bigger ones have the gill maggots, and it's killing them all. But I mean, the water's pretty down there. The younger fish, juvenile fish, are beautiful. They're healthy, but the gill maggots are really put the damage on the bigger stripers. So
well, that's regrettably that's part of the act, I suppose. I'm glad you had such a good trip, and I appreciate you calling and telling us that West Point doesn't get the publicity it should be getting. But evidently the fish are all left there for you to catch.
I have to tell you, Captain Mac created a little jiggy jig where you can actually attach it to your line when you get your umbrella stuck on the bottom.
Yeah.
You attach it to the line, you send it down, and knock your umbrella free. So you
Okay,
save
Brian,
the
I got to go,
$40.
pal. It's a hard break. Hey. Welcome back, everyone. You're listening and watching O'Neill Outside. We've got a lot of calls. We want to get to every single one of them if we can. Let's talk now first to Andy. Andy's calling from Atlanta, and you're on the air, Andy. Welcome. Am I talking to Andy? Hello, Andy.
Not yet, you're not.
Andy, are you awake?
Bigfoot got him.
let's just put Andy on hold then, and now we'll go to Cedric is calling. He's calling from Stone Mountain, Georgia, one of my very favorite places. Good morning, Cedric.
Morning, Mr. O'Neill and Mrs. Williams. Good morning to you all. How y'all doing?
Thank you very much. Glad you called.
Yes. I was just calling in, and I would like to listen to your show on Saturday mornings. And hey, I'm just inspired to get out there and do some fishing.
Good. That's what it's all about.
That is. I had a recent friend, recent church brother who just recently passed away by the age of early 90s, and he loved fishing and golfing. But I'm going to take up his fishing part, and his wife is going to donate me one of his riding reels, and I'm going to be inspired to get out there and do some fishing on his behalf, just to sort of keep it going for him.
Great story.
Keep it going for him. Yeah, go do it for him. Take a kid along with me as well. So I really do believe kids do love fishing. They love being on the water.
You betcha.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. Yes.
The number one sporting activity for adults worldwide is fishing.
Yeah, I believe it is. That's right.
Yeah,
very peaceful, very serene. Yeah. I'm going to get into it more. Take my girls out, too, as well. Yes, sir.
That's right. Did you want, I see on the screener board here, you wanted to talk about the Alaska trip?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I want some information on that, some details on that as well.
Okay.
I was there 3 years ago in Fairbanks and Anchorage and had a great time. I do want to get back with my wife.
I bet that was a good trip.
Ooh.
We're sailing. We are sailing out of Seattle on the Inland Passage. What's that called, honey? The Lynn Canal. And we're going up to see the glaciers and everything, and it's June the 14th, I believe. It's the best trip I've ever taken, and you can find out all about it, every detail you need, by going to o'neilloutside.net on the bottom of the home page, and you'll see a glacier there and a trip and everything. I hope you'll join us.
I sure hope I can. I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you, Dale.
You bet.
Good day now. Thank you.
You bet. Good day. All right, there we are. Now let's go back up and let's see if we can round up Andy. Good morning, Andy.
Hey, good morning, bud. How are you, man? Sorry about that.
Good.
My cell phone has this nasty habit of just, being a
I understand.
But hey, I have. You guys have had some live ones calling in tonight, man. Good Lord. Oh, man. It's been fun listening tonight. Not that it's not fun every Saturday, but I had a question about Alaska, but I think that last caller got it for me. But I had another question real quick. A while back, you were talking about a good way to round up some fish around a dock, something about a knapsack full of dog food. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, if you have a dock and you want to set up the food chain so that there's always something to catch, you get a burlap bag of some kind, fill it full of dry dog food.
Okay.
Weight it down, put a brick or a concrete block in it, get one on each corner of the dock. Now be sure, because this stuff is going to bleed out and as it bleeds through the bag. So be sure and tie a rope to it so you can pull it back in. And believe me, there'll be fish around your dock as long as that dog food's still there.
I was going to say, it sounds like a good way to get my dog in the daggum lake. He won't jump in the lake for nothing. But hey, on the topic of Bigfoot, my dad was up at somewhere up North Georgia hunting years ago. But one day.
Oh, I lost Andy. Andy, I'm sorry, pal. I lost you.
He said his cell phone's acting like a cell phone.
Yeah, it's acting like a cell phone. All right, let's see. What's my time? I've got 29. I'm in good shape. And let's talk to Alan. Alan is calling from Ellijay, Georgia. Beautiful town in North Georgia. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, O'Neill. How are you?
Outstanding.
That's wonderful. I got a little story for you about Bigfoot. I was a skeptic for a long time.
All right.
I've been a outdoorsman all my life.
Mm-hmm.
About 30 years ago, we were coming back from church in Ellijay, and there's a long straight there just east of Amacola Falls on 52 Highway.
Okay, I'm familiar with that.
We rounded a curve there. Out in the distance, there was something stood beside the road, and when I first saw it, I thought, well, that's somebody, walking that Appalachian Trail, and They got a big backpack on their back sticking way up above their head, because this thing was like 7.5 to 8 foot tall. And it was colored about the color of orangutan. Now, this is on a Sunday, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The Rangers were having their war games up in the National Forest there. And beautiful day. Clear, you could see well.
Okay.
But this thing, when it took a stride out off the white line back toward the woods, I could see daylight between his legs. It was walking on 2 legs. And I could tell that this was not a man with a backpack. It was a creature of some kind, and it was absolutely 8 foot tall by the length of his legs. But anyway, I spoke out loud, and I said, "What in the world was that?" And my wife said, "What are you talking about?" And my oldest daughter, she said, "I saw it too, Daddy." And I told my wife, I says, "Whatever it was," I said, "it went in the woods just up here, and I'll show you where it went in the woods." So we got there even where it went in the woods. She said, "Oh, I see that. It's just a big old red shaggy dog." And I was looking this thing right in the eyes. He was sitting on one heel with his other leg stretched out, looking under the edge of the green limbs that were hanging down there. And but he was, when I looked him in the eyes and in the face, he did not look like anything but a man in the face. His face was just like ours, except he was red and shaggy and hairy all over.
Well,
and
good grief.
So, yep. About 2 weeks later, it's up there at the Amco Falls, that little store, and the man, woman running the store there was friends of mine. They tell me a story about a guy that came in there. So he'd been walking the Amco Trail, and said for the last 2 or 3 days something had been following him. And they said, "Well, what was it, or what did it look like?" And he said it was big, red, and hairy. And they said he was scared to death.
Well, I guess so.
But yep. But anyway, the only thing I can tell you is what I saw. I couldn't explain it any more than that. That's what I saw.
Well, that's interesting. Interesting.
Did you hear about the recent sighting up at LJ off of 515?
Yeah, I kind of discount a lot of those, because whenever they talk about it looking like something, other than a man in the face, if they say it looks like a monkey, or a gorilla or something like that, you can discount that, because that's not true. He looked more like a man. If you ever see him, see one, look him in the face, he looks more like us than anything else. Except he's just hairy.
Alan, I'm glad you called, sir.
I'm going to run if I see him.
Yeah, me too. Time to get out of there. I'll tell you that right now.
I appreciate that.
All right, my good friend B. Yeah,
I don't think they're going to hurt you any.
I don't think so either.
I guess not. All right, my good friend. Have a good one here. It's 33 after the hour, 34 after the hour. Let's go now and talk quickly to Mark. Is calling from Camden County. Good morning, Mark. What are you up to?
Oh, I'm pulling the boat to the marina, fixing to go fishing. It's not dinner season, so I have to fish, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. You got to be doing something.
Yeah,
good to hear from you.
King mackerel, the fishing down here on the coast has been on fire for the last 4 weeks.
What is that, trout or reds or what?
Mostly the offshore species right now. I mean, I've been chasing king mackerel and Spanish mackerel and whatnot for the last 4 weekends, and our numbers are as good as I've seen in probably 40 years.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you get to participate.
Oh, as long as I'm alive, I'm going to be participating. You can count on that.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, but I've been fishing from St. Augustine all the way up through to Sapelo Island all in the past 4 weeks.
Oh, I see.
There's fish everywhere.
Well, you got a handle on it now, man. I'm glad fishing's good and you're enjoying it.
Yep. Hey, you had made a comment about chumming around the docks a little while ago.
Yes.
Some years ago, I brought my boat up to Lake Lanier, and I decided that I would try some good old-fashioned chum fishing techniques like we use here in saltwater for kingfish and other species.
Right.
And I got out around the Three Sisters area and did some really slow troll with live bluebacks. I used the dog food with hoagie oil mixed in a chum bag.
Right.
Yeah, it slow-trolled it and chopped dead pieces of bluebacks into the chum slick, and it worked like a charm.
Oh man, I've never done anything that active in fresh water, but I will one day. That's a good idea.
Try it sometime. That was when they were in the thermocline, and I could see the fish on the color scope. Obviously, once they pile up in that thermocline, they're easy to find. Right. And I got in there and chummed the poop out of that thing, and we had one of those, 45 or 50 fish days right there.
Wow. Hey, that's a good call, Mark. Listen, as always, have a great weekend. Good, safe weekend. I hope you catch a bunch, and be sure and call us back next week.
One other real quick comment, and I mean quick. Do a search on Google sometime for extinct species found alive and well.
Okay. I'll do that. Day. You bet. See you later, pal. All right, this is O'Neill. It's 36 after the hour. When we return, it's the Medal of Honor tribute. You just stay right there. This is a good one. Lieutenant James Sweat, Marine Corps pilot, Solomon Islands, 1943. In a daring flight to intercept a wave of 150 Japanese planes, Sweat unhesitatingly hurled his 4-plane division into action against the formation of enemy bombers and personally exploded 3 of the bombers in midair with deadly fire from his drive. Although now separated from his division, he boldly attacked 6 more enemy bombers, engaged all 6 in turn, and unaided shot down them all in flames. Exhausting his ammunition as he closed an additional Japanese bomber, he relentlessly drove his attack, was shot and disabled his engine, shattered his windshield, and slashed his face almost blind. In spite of this, he brought down his battered plane with skillful precision in the water. His superb airmanship and tenacious fighting spirit enabled him to destroy almost 10 enemy bombers in a single flight, in keeping with the highest traditions of the U.S. Naval Service. Lieutenant James Sweat, Marine Corps, Solomon Islands. He died at age 89.
You did good. You did good. This has been a really emotional week.
Oh, man.
Really,
really
emotional.
All those listening, I would urge you to do some research, if nothing but video research, about the D-Day invasion. It was called Operation Overlord. And before I get to anything else, to give you the telephone numbers again to talk about outdoors, pardon me, but know this. At Omaha and Utah Beach, 92% of the first wave of the beach invasion, 92% of those guys died. The second wave, 81% died. All the way to the 4th wave of Marines, Army personnel, 31% died.
That was amazing to hear.
92% on the first wave died.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I never knew those statistics.
Yeah.
43 after the hour. Do some research. It's the D-Day invasion saved freedom worldwide. Why don't you tell us about your the believability that you've attached to Sasquatch living here in
I'm not
North
saying
Georgia?
that I believe it. I just think there's something there that people are seeing. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Someone said if there was a Sasquatch that they would be on trail cams, which that's probably true. But there are an awful lot of pictures of him, actual photos, memes and things like that. That I've seen. Some that have been people try to clarify them, make them, bring them in closer, and it's like that guy said, he does appear to have a human face. I don't know. I just wondered, because there's been a lot of sightings up here close to where we live, which is close to Amicalola. Scene. A lot of people seem to be very convinced about the LJ sighting, and I understand this is one of the places where you see a lot of them, because obviously there's more than one. They have a family somewhere. They probably have a whole subdivision. I don't know.
Well, I just thought I'd let you just keep talking.
Just hush.
I have been.
Well, just hush some more. Okay. Don't ask me questions like
45
that.
after the hour, 404-872-0750-800, 972-8255. What have you got there on Facebook?
Someone wants to know, Danny Huff wants to know, he said, when baiting around your dock, do you punch holes in the bag or place the dog food bag in the burlap bag?
No.
Okay. No.
You dump Danny, you dump the dog food in the burlap bag out of its package. But be sure and put a brick or something in it so it goes to the bottom, and it will leach out of that bag. But be sure and tie a rope to it so you can put it back in and refill it later on. It'll last quite a while.
And then someone else says that no Marines were part of the landing in Normandy. Is that true?
I don't know. I thought it was there was Australians and Canadians and Marines and.
Well, I did too.
If I made a mistake about that, I'm sorry. Maybe it was all Army. I don't know.
Did you say something like that?
I said there was Marines in Army, but maybe there weren't any Marines in that. I don't know.
Well, he says there were not. So
okay, I believe you.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe you.
But whatever they were heroes.
Yeah. Man.
Whatever branch of the service.
We rewatched Saving Private Ryan, and I know there were some mistakes in it, but the Saving Private Ryan movie about the invasion is probably closer to, well, you get to see more as to what it was.
Even if it is a reenactment.
Yeah, even so, that's right. Especially when 92% of them died.
Yeah.
Some of them, and then I'll shut up, but I'm sorry, I'm a soft touch for this. Some of those guys, the landing craft dumped them out in 35 feet of water.
Yeah.
And they all drowned.
Yeah. It was an emotional week, that's for sure.
Mm.
I enjoyed the coverage that I saw. Mm-hmm. I thought President Trump did a wonderful job over there. That's my personal opinion, and if anybody doesn't agree with it, then I don't care.
Yeah, pound sand.
That's just my opinion. I thought he did a good job.
Okay. 48 after the hour. This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside. It's what's changed in the last few weeks? Well, it's been dry across the southeast. It's been wet out in Midwest. The conditions have changed. Have you changed with it? As the conditions change in fishing, you change with them. The most of springtime fish is over. The white bass, the stripers, largemouth, spotted bass, that springtime fishery is over. It's a summertime fishery now. However, for you pond guys, the shell cracker and brim are bedding. Here's a tip, okay? If you're on a brim bed, you're catching them and putting them back, whatever the case might be. Use different baits. Crickets, red wigglers, super worms, caterpillars, whatever the case might. Change baits as you go. Add plenty of different scent into the water. The best thing to do is to buy some Fisher's Choice canned baits. I think they're at Walmart and the Bass Pro Shop. And you can get them online at Timbuktu Outdoors or Fisher's Choice. Comes in a little can. And after you open the can, they'll last for 2 weeks. If you don't open the can, it'll last for 5 years. This is good. And brim just love them. Brim and shell cracker, the best bait for shell crackers, worms. because they just like the smell of those worms, night crawlers especially. So it's still springtime for brim fishing and shell crackers. And shell crackers, a lot larger fish, but boy, they're both good eating. Okay, 50 after the hour, 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. You look like you're studying that over there. Have you got something going on Facebook?
I was just reading.
Yes?
Wish people had the courage to discuss the militarized Bigfoot experiment the U.S. government has covered up. If it wasn't for those brave big feet, we would all be socialists. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
Okay.
Okay. Couple of things. Very aggressive self-promotion. If you visit o'neilloutside.net, right on the home page, you'll see at top of the page, you'll see the book called O'Neill Outside, People and Places Along the Way. Order it at there, and I will sign it and personalize it for you and send it to you. Order it right there on the home page. Let's see, I've got time. Oh, I had something. That was important. Oh, on the home page, be sure to go to the bottom of the home page. You'll see the all the information about our Alaska cruise. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I figured out the title for the next book.
Okay, what?
O'Neill Outside, How to, Maybe.
Well, that's pretty good.
How to do things, maybe.
Okay.
And it's it's a
We'll see
lot
how that works for you.
of experiences and instruction, not from me, but from other folks. How you like that title?
That might work.
How to, ... maybe.
Well, it's always maybe, isn't
Yes,
it?
always maybe.
It's an experience.
Maybe it works, maybe
Yes.
it doesn't. I don't know. Okay. Let me refresh this page. I should do this more often, I guess.
Yes, you should. It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, oh my
Good grief.
goodness.
See there?
Okay, we've got 52 something, 5350. All right, very quickly, Bruce in Adairsville. Tell us quickly, Bruce.
Yeah, hey, O'Neill.
Bruce.
Listen to me. Yeah, I'm here. O'Neill.
Okay, yes, I'm listening. Get to it quickly, please.
Yeah, my brother, we got some deer hunting property up in Minnesota, and it's good property. He swears that he shot a deer and tracked it, and a Bigfoot picked it up and took off with it.
Wow.
Right.
I kind of mess with him on it. When I talk to him now, I say, hey, you still going out and messing with Sasquatch? And he doesn't think it's really funny, but I do. I think it's funny. So, I tell him, make sure you bring some Jack Lynch with you. You can maybe share some beef jerky with him. But, he swears to it, but I don't really personally believe in him. But I did want to tell you, I really appreciate everything and the Medal of Honor every Saturday morning. I'm a combat veteran myself from Desert Storm, and what you do is much appreciated because that tears me up too. And every June 6th and every December 7th, I wake up and remember all of our fallen from World War II.
Good morning, Craig.
Hey, O'Neill, this is Craig down here in Ty. Listen,
yes, sir.
We don't know about Bigfoot and Ty, but the fruitcakes come out this morning, didn't the first hour.
Well, yeah,
Ooh,
I know. It's
funny.
we get some overnight calls from time to time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Have a good one, my friend. Enjoy the show every week.
You bet. Thanks for calling, and you have a great weekend yourself. All right? Mighty fine.
Yep.
This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside. It's 5:58 almost. Thanks for joining us on the program today. Be sure a couple of other shameless self-promotion. Go to o'neilloutside.net. The People and Places Along the Way book, the Southern Grind guest book, so that you can win a knife. And then, too, at the bottom of the page, you'll see the Alaska trip. But don't wait. Now we're going to fill up, and this is not a profit center for O'Neill and Gale. We just want our radio and television friends to go with us on that trip. Today, Saturday, the Blade Show is in Atlanta at the Cobb Galleria. Booth number 34. I'll be there at 4 o'clock until 6 o'clock, something of that nature. And I'll have some hats. And if you can answer some questions about the television or radio program, then you'll win an O'Neill Outside hat. They're worth, I buy them for $7, and after I sign them, they're worth $3.50. You got something quickly?
One quickly.
Go.
Official. There were no Marines at Normandy. They were all in the Pacific.
Okay.
There you go.
No Marines at Normandy. My apologies. They were all in the Pacific.
All heroes. Every one of them.
Heroes nonetheless. Look up about D-Day. Look up, please, about the invasion of the Solomon Islands and all those stepping stones to Japan. This is O'Neill, along with Woman Williams, Karen and Brian Green, Corey and Jason, and we'll see you guys next week.
I once asked a mighty hunter, coming home from the field, how he came to possess such mighty hunting and fishing skill. He said, I'll tell you a secret, son. I learned everything I know from listening to O'Neill Outside on my radio. O'Neill, O'Neill, O'Neill Outside.